Welcome to our industrial hemp research update and information session. We're just starting a couple minutes late. People are probably going to be wandering in as they get here. So my name is Laura Huntsberger. I'm the Executive Director with Cornell Cooperative Extension here in Allegheny County. And so just a couple housekeeping things. I think you guys probably figured out the bathrooms are right out here. There's water out there as well. Please silence your phones. We are going to be video recording this, so if there is somebody that you know that was not able to make it, we will have this up on our website shortly afterwards. And anybody that's registered, we have your email address if you contacted me by email. If not, please make sure that your email is with your name so that we can send you the link once it's up and running. So this is part of an ongoing series of hemp events that are going on around the state. And so we have some Cornell researchers, we also have some processors and people who are more experienced in the growing side and marketing side, as well as some legalese to help with the contract process, which is becoming more and more cumbersome for folks. So I am going to hand this off to Fred Sinclair, who is my partner in crime with industrial hemp here in the lower 3 counties. And so here's your baton.
Thanks, Laura. I'm going to give a little bit of background about how we come to this point. In my past career as soil and water conservation manager, we always looked for value-added products for agriculture and plant materials that would improve the environment. For decades, we had seen industrial hemp on the radar screen, but it was always forbidden by law, and it had been demonized by connecting it with marijuana. We finally, just recently, 2-3 years ago, the Congress said, well, we'll set up a system whereby you can legally grow, and we'll give states the authority to set up systems where you can legally grow industrial hemp, but it has to be at a level of THC, which keeps it from being any psychoactive effect from the plant. Laura and I saw that happen, and I, as a liaison to Alfred State College, by being on the college council, started talking with Alfred State because initially the state university system was to be the access point, one of the access points for people to get licensed. So we engaged in looking at the program, and the first year we decided it was still very complicated. And we didn't think that sponsoring growers through Alfred State was at that point a good thing to take on. The Drug Enforcement Agency, the FDA, the EPA, Ag and Markets, everybody had their control mechanisms in place, and it just seemed very awkward. And so we said, well, let's wait. And we then found out they were going to put it in the Farm Bill, which has happened just recently. And so it is legal to grow industrial hemp by federal legislation. We're waiting for the rules on that to be put into the Federal Register, how it will be implemented fully. But at this point, it appears as though the state programs that have been established are still in place. You can get licensed to grow industrial hemp, and you can indeed begin the process. Now, during our research of the idea of growing industrial hemp, we looked at Canada that has been growing for approaching 10 years. And they've got a very, very strong business plan going. And one of their experiences was that you have to have quantity to develop the processing to tap into the market that has been pretty much monopolized by Europe. We're importing $500 million plus of hemp into the United States for use in multiple products. Everything from fabric to textiles to extracting the resins for plastics and several other culinary uses. Most of it's being imported or was imported. So we have a situation where we can now grow, and putting it into the economic development agenda for the region so that we could achieve that economy of scale was the plan that through Cooperative Extension and Alfred State College, we developed that plan. The plan, as it evolved, we said should have at least 3 counties so that we can achieve a minimum of 5,000 acres of production within a very short period of time. And so we said, well, Southern Tier West Regional Planning is a good entity to involve in that because they cover the Southern Tier West region, the 3 counties on the southern border of New York, of which we're one. That's Cattaraugus and Chautauqua. We then said, well, they have a pot of money because it's Upper Appalachia, and we applied for a grant. And as a part of that grant, we needed a match. And so we said, well, who can we invite into the program that will not only help develop the program, but help provide $100,000 plus in matching funds? We reached out to all of our educational institutions in the 3-county area. That's Alfred University, Alfred State College, Houghton College, St. Bonaventure's University, Jamestown Community College, and SUNY Fredonia. Each one of them having their own very unique system of curriculums and experts and research capabilities, and we said, boy, this is a beautiful model. We asked all of them to join us in developing a program for developing industrial hemp, not only growing, but processing and bringing in industry to produce products. Now, in the meantime, we have to also develop markets. There's existing markets out there that we can tap into. But we wanted to go all the way through it. We also wanted to develop our own unique seed source because it appears as though access to seed coming from other countries is tough and expensive and regulated still. So we're working with all of these institutions, and we said, well, we need a delivery mechanism. And we reached out to our IDAs, our planning departments in the 3 counties, and our IDAs and farmers that had expressed interest, and we developed what's called an advisory group. And within that advisory group, we got letters of commitment signed on the dotted line that they would put in some cases $10,000 of effort, in some cases $5,000 of effort. And that's how we came up with the advisory group that will be guiding, researching, examining, looking at successes, and feeding the information to a consultant that we're going to hire for compilation of it all and development of it into a 3-county area marketing plan. And that plan, we hope to entice not only farmers, not only processors, but light industry to come into our 3-county area as an economic development tool. So that's pretty much where we have been and where we have come to. This meeting today is the launch of the initiative. This is the first meeting that formal meeting that we have had where we have invited growers and agency people and advocates for the program, associates, etc. So welcome to a great adventure as we kick this off. And we want you to feel as though you're part of it. We do not have all the answers. We have some wonderful, very competent experts here today that are going to give you where we are from their perspective. We have to take this information and we all have to be creative together in developing our industrial hemp program. So that's where we are. And I'm going to now pass it over to our first presenter. Let me say one more thing. During our research, we uncovered some things about industrial hemp that are very unique. So as you, as growers or processors or just industrial developers, as you look at this, there are capabilities of the industrial hemp fiber that have not been capitalized on here and worldwide even. One of them is the nanostructure of hemp is of a nature that it is well suited to making activated charcoal. It's also well suited to development of superconductors material to use in superconductors. And one of my favorites is that it has a structure that can be used in pyrolysis and the fluids removed from it, and it can be a source of biochar. And biochar is basically removing the fluids from this nanostructure and then inoculating it with bacteria and then using it as a soil amendment. So watch this whole biochar, activated charcoal, superconductor expansion of the potential of industrial hemp, along with the many thousands of other uses that we already have. So it's an exciting potential, and we aim to capitalize on it with you. Thanks.